Two hard-hitting blue-collar franchises. One of the better rivalries going. The Ravens and Steelers are underway.
And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25.
So out come the Steelers now for their first drive.
They're led out by the 6-year quarterback out of the University of North Carolina, Mitch Trubisky.
Okay, I thought there was something to build on in last week's game by his performance. I thought he played fairly well overall. The numbers won't knock your socks off. 2 touchdown passes and an interception. The bottom line, though, they lost.
Yeah.
How does he eliminate that one interception, continue to take care of the ball, and maybe increase the number of times he puts the ball in the end zone with a receiver?
On 1st and 10, it's Trubisky.
Setting up the screen, Harris.
Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's 2nd down now.
These two teams met in Baltimore. You might remember earlier in the year with the Ravens winning that game. So a win here in Baltimore would give them the season sweep.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Trubisky.
It's Najee Harris now on back-to-back plays with a catch.
And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. The Steelers picking up 15 yards there and a 1st down. Here's Trubisky. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes.
Isaiah Simmons getting by the offensive line and dropping the quarterback.
Blitz came there from the inside, and there just wasn't much resistance.
No, not at all. That means that defensively, they timed it up perfectly and matched up perfectly. They drew all the blockers to the other guys, left a free runner back to the quarterback, and you know what a free runner turns into?
What?
A free hitter.
Now Trubisky lost the football. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
And they're going to get this up to midfield.
Well, they obviously read man coverage their partner, and he got downfield, broke down the defender, made him
What do you mean by that, Burke?
Yeah, he made him think he was going to run a different route. Probably thought he was going to take it upfield. Then he curls back inside for the completion.
They run on 1st down, but it only produces a gain of 2. It's 2nd down now. A look at the numbers for Harris in last week's game. 14 carries, 59 yards, and a touchdown.
11 touchdowns on the ground this season, and the pride really extends throughout the entire offense. And in this case, I'm focusing on the offensive line. The leverage, the ability to get downfield, make that extra block in order to give him more space to run. They really look forward to him carrying the football because they're going to get him to the end zone.
A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Pressure comes, and Trubisky goes down. Odafe Owe has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here, picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends of what we've seen so far.
So here are the Ravens now as they get set for their opening possession.
And bringing them out is a Pro Bowler back in the 2015 campaign. He's now approaching a decade in the league. It's Teddy Bridgewater.
It was fun getting ready for this game, wasn't it? Because normally we talk to the coaches and the players. I think you and I asked to talk to the trainer to see how his arm is going to be.
A lot of ice after last week.
After last week's game, boy, what a performance that was. And you know who else is having fun? Receivers. because they get a chance to do what they do best, which is go out and catch the ball.
Oh, Del Beckham Jr. with a diving grab. 23 yards on the play.
I'd have to say that whenever you see a good post route run, they do not like to let it end without the catch. Hence, that great diving play.
Yeah, lay it up there, let him go get it, and he got it. Off the play fake, Bridgewater. Escaping the pressure right. On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. The Ravens had 10-5 to start play. And they come in on a pretty good roll here. Winners of 3 straight.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
They'll run for the first time with J.K. Dobbins. And a good run here as he'll rumble all the way down to the 40-yard line. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight-ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
Bridgewater's throw into the hands of Andrews. The numbers for Andrews last week: 3 catches, 53 yards.
This defense is ranked near the bottom of the league against the pass. You get the sense that he feels like if he gets covered on any call, he's going to be upset. He thinks he should be open on every snap in this game.
Here we go now on 1st and goal. And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7. Second quarter now from Baltimore. It's the Ravens in possession. We're scoreless after 1. The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. To throw, Bridgewater. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds. The catch good for 6 yards, but now it's 3rd and goal.
Well, this has certainly been a nice drive with the way they've spread the football around. Here, they even get the fullback involved in the passing game. That's got to cause a lot of consternation on the defensive side. You've got to cover him, too. That makes things really difficult.
Third and goal for Bridgewater. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Tyreek Hill with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Ravens post the first points of the ballgame as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter. Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And that makes the score 7-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Taking it about the 1. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Well, we're probably not the first, but all of us at EA Sports certainly want to wish you and yours a happy and prosperous new year. And as a celebration of that, a big slate of NFL games on this Sunday, Week 17. Second to last weekend of the NFL docket. Later tonight, the battle for Los Angeles, Rams and Chargers, 5:15 Pacific at SoFi. And then on Monday night, Charles and I are on to Cincinnati. Bills and Bengals, 2 cold weather teams in what will be a frigid Paul Brown Stadium. On 2nd and 11 now. Trubisky. He'll get this to his tight end. That's Pat Freiermuth. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll leave him with a 3rd and 2.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives him much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
3rd and 2. Now Trubisky. And that is incomplete.
Well, he leads the NFL in interceptions and nearly added to that total.
Got his hand on it, couldn't quite corral it. It's been a Pro Bowl-type season for him, and the term ball hawk really comes into play, doesn't it?
Yeah, I like that one a lot because teams want to avoid that type of a player, but sometimes you just can't. He just knows where the ball is.
Watch out for Hill on the return. A good head-down running on the return. Gets about 15 yards. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Odell Beckham now marching back onto the field. As we find ourselves in Week 17, he's already well over the 1,000-yard mark. So there's no pressure there. We'll just see where this final tally ends.
And I love what you just talked about there. There's no pressure. There's pride, right? So the higher he can take that number and rank with his peers, everyone wants to be number one. He wants to post that number like a good golfer, right? Post the best score and go to the clubhouse and kick back and see if anyone can match it.
Well, and he's the go-to guy here out wide. We'll see what they can do with him in this game. Defensively, they have a big challenge on their hands. Play fake. Bridgewater eluding the pressure, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. T.J. Watt. Give him the credit for the sack and a loss of 14 yards.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
3rd and long now after the sack, and we'll see if Bridgewater has a response. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And going deep for Hill. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Tyreek Hill with career touchdown number 75. And the Ravens go up by 2 touchdowns. Well, this has been a flawless start for them. They score, they get the stop, and they score again, Charles.
Complimentary football at its finest. You just mentioned how they got it done. They scored. The defense got the ball back for them. They score again. That's the way you win ball games.
Tucker with the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This taken in at the goal line. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. You know, Charles, season winding down, time to maybe look ahead to the offseason. What do you see these guys going after either in the draft or free agency?
Well, with the season that they're having, just about every position is up for grabs right now. No one is really safe, but the focal point's always the quarterback position. And he may be auditioning to try and stay with his own current team. I think he's auditioning for the rest of the league to try and find a spot because I think this team is looking for a new quarterback.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They run again with Harris. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
On 2nd down, this is Harris. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. A good run as he works his way for 9 that time, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and just a few inches.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
1st down now, but the clock continues to move. Now Trubisky. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. A gain of 10, good for a Steeler 1st down.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. From the 39-yard line, here comes 2nd down at 6. Looking to throw again, Trubisky. Open man, that's the tight end, Freiermuth.
And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 27-yard line. 11 more yards there. This methodical drive continues. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now it's Trubisky. He rifles one that's intercepted. Isaiah Simmons picking it off. There he goes left side. And he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown. But no surprise to see that one, partner. The league's #1 defense coming through with a huge pick 6.
And it's plays like that one that have made them the most feared group to face this year. Offenses, they're trying to figure out how to work around them rather than work through them. Big-time impact playmakers scattered throughout the unit on every level, and they can change a game at a moment's notice.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and it's now 21-0. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away.
Devin Duvernay now returning from the end zone, and only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Steelers taking over now late in this first half. I don't think they need to be reminded of the situation here. I mean, the clock is dwindling. 3-score deficit waiting for them at halftime unless they can get something on the board here before intermission.
Back to the air. Trubisky after the pick 6. Incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now Trubisky to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. And he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown.
I mean, at this point, CD, what is not going their way in this first half? After that pick 6, they now have a 4-possession lead here.
And that allows them to say to themselves, how about we get everybody involved, okay? Because this one is a runaway, and it's looking like it's going to be even more of a runaway. Everybody gets a chance to play and get a little bit of love. The more guys that get to watching the highlight reels from this one, the better.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
Duvernay now going to bring it out. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Steelers taking over now late in this first half. And with the score where it is, even though I think they'd love to get back to the locker room, they may be forced to try and get something out of this drive.
After the pick 6, they go right back to the air. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Trubisky. Flush to his right. And the catch made by Johnson. Now the Steelers use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. Looking to throw. Trubisky on 1st down.
A short one there to Freiermuth.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. On 1st down, Trubisky. Flushed out right. It'll be a gain of 3 on what should be the final play of this first half.
All right, we'll bypass the halftime show in favor of returning to this late season game with the teams coming back from the locker rooms here a bit early. Fielded just outside the goal line. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
The Ravens heading out on offense as we look at the playoff picture in the AFC.
Well, including this week, 3 weeks remain in the regular season, Charles, and it is going to be interesting to see how this playoff picture sorts.
And that's caught inside the 35. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. And give him a gain of 37.
We see this happen so often. If you're a defender, it's like watching a bad movie over and over. The pressure's good, forcing the quarterback out of the pocket. But it's a lot to ask for these defenders to stay plastered to receivers long enough. And sure enough, they let a man come open, and the connection leads to a big play.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second-half blowout material.
Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown.
Jalen Waddle,
23 yards for the touchdown.
And the Ravens open the lead up to 34-0. Boy, another score. This lead gets even bigger. And, Charles, we haven't even hit the 4th quarter yet.
Well, forget the deficit, right? They're really not going to cut into that a heck of a lot. But how can they get out of here with some dignity? Can they get a stop or two? Can they make a play on offense themselves? Anything to start to feel better about what's happened to them here in this one.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
Duvernay going to sit on this in the end zone, so it'll come out to the 25.
Time for the Steelers offense now to get set for their first possession of half number 2.
1st and 10 here for Trubisky and the Steelers.
At their own 25-yard line. And the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Harris running straight ahead.
And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. A gain of 10, good for a Steeler first down. They'll keep it on the ground. Harris again. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
You know, it's not just all athleticism from defensive linemen. Let's give them a little credit for their football intelligence as well. Read and react by them, understood the play call, and stacked it up and stuffed the run.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Trubisky will throw.
Open man is Duvernay. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
There's a nice pickup right there, and after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the last play.
Trubisky's throw complete there to Johnson. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. Well, still in the 3rd quarter here. Now, you look at the scoreboard, that deficit probably a little too much to overcome. But completions like that may be something to build on for future weeks.
Yeah, it's all about ending things on a strong note here, isn't it? Because my mindset is it's a new ball game from here to the end. Make sure it's a good one and close it out.
Now a first down carry for Harris. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Buying time to his left. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Adafe Owe able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
The passing game's been struggling a bit today, and that was the latest example. Haven't been getting much yardage out of it, and now on his back after the last play, he faces 3rd and long.
Won't be easy here after that sack. Now you got Trubisky and the Steelers facing a 3rd and long.
And he'll be brought down at the 34, well short of the first down marker. Decent gain on the scramble of 6, but now it's 4th. Now Chris Boswell for the Steelers field goal try.
On the left hash, officially it's called a 51-yard attempt. Boswell's kick is good. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. So that, Charles, a season long right there.
And you know who's really excited about that? The special teams coordinator, because he's the one who has to tell the head coach in pregame, this is where we trust him from. This distance, he can hit it, and he repaid that trust by knocking that one right through.
From the 6. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34.
And now Baltimore gets set to take the field.
Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their 4th possession. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing them back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. They've just been laying down tracks towards the opposite end zone. So to themselves, all they're saying is, if we don't make a mistake, there's no way they can stop us.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 41. Here's Bridgewater. Escaping the pressure right.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
Well, no surprise there. He was looking for one of his favorite targets again as soon as he left the pocket. But the coverage was good downfield. They got right to the receiver and helped prevent that completion.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
On 3rd down.
Goodwin.
And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the 1st as the tackle is made at the 33. 3 quarters have come and gone. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Bridgewater to throw for it on 4th.
Open man is Bateman. It's complete.
And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it.
So this drive going to continue following the conversion on 4th. Here's 1st and 10.
They'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Teddy Bridgewater. A 13-yard touchdown run.
And the Ravens are about to make it 4 straight as they add to this 4th quarter advantage.
As that lead just swells and swells. Look, this has been dominance in all 3 phases, offense, defense, and special teams.
So don't we have to give a lot of credit, not just to what we've seen today, but the preparation in advance, coaching staff, commitment by the players to the game plan, and being ready to go in this one? You're exactly right. Clean sweep. And, boy, they're going to celebrate this one after it's over.
And on the other side, this is the game film you just flush and never go back and review.
And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further.
Out comes the Steeler offense now, ready to see what they can do here.
It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. Throwing again on 2nd down. Trubisky. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, 1st down. From the shotgun is Trubisky. Harris has it over the middle. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Throwing here, Trubisky.
That's taken in by Duvernay.
And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Now it's Trubisky. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Here's Trubisky to throw.
He's got his tight end Freiermuth over the middle.
And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 40. From the gun, it's Trubisky.
And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Trubisky's throw complete to Freiermuth.
And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 21. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Throwing once more, it's Trubisky. His throw incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, Trubisky. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Gregory Rousseau
in there to drop him for a loss on the play. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. On 3rd down, Trubisky. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time.
Isaiah Simmons picking it off.
And now off to the races down the right side. And he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown.
Well, this one was already ugly, and now it's just kind of becoming a feast on the defensive side of the football.
Yeah, partner, this is a unit that knows they've got this game in the bag with this huge lead, and it's going to drive their coaches crazy because they're telling them play it straight, do all the right things. But these guys are going to be freewheeling now. All of them are going to take chances, and that one pays off with an INT and a return for 6.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away.
This fielded right at the goal line. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field.
We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game is played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter.
Now Trubisky on 1st down. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. And once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. They'll drop to throw.
That swung out wide to Harris.
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy on the flat.
And so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Leighton Vander Esch. And he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown.
Not much defensive resistance on that drive. And really, Charles, the way this offense has been humming, they haven't faced much defensive resistance the entire game.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that one team, their defense did not wake up and make it to the stadium for this one. There may be some major changes on that side of the ball when we see them the next time out.
Tucker with the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
Austin elects to bring this out of the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback.
And now out come the Steelers.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to do.
And I think the ball's out, and the Ravens have got it. And I don't know that fumble's going to matter a whole lot. You look at the deficit here in the fourth, it doesn't matter. The coach on the sideline still scratching his head.
Yeah, not only scratching his head, but probably writing a note or two about, we're going to address this come practice next week, because maybe that's the reason we're down this far. Doesn't matter at this point, but being sloppy throughout the game, not going to help them improve.
Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on first and goal. Bridgewater here to throw. And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
Boy, he has been fun to watch throwing the football in this one. It's certainly not fun for that defense, though, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes in this ball game.
Yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling their pain right now because he is secondary. A clinic on how to attack the defense and take them out of the game.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
Austin elects to bring this out of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked out officially at the 21.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance. Well, by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go at each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off-season. But on game day, you both want to show your best. And I think that's what we saw from both the offense and the defense, a complete team victory.
So for Baltimore,
they improved to 11-5 now with 1 week remaining.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. The Ravens are victorious here as we say so long from Baltimore.
Tonight, it's Madden NFL football. It's Sunday Night Football on EA Sports. As we'll see Joe Burrow and the Cincinnati Bengals taking on Teddy Bridgewater and the Baltimore Ravens.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League takes us to the banks of the Ohio River and Paycor Stadium in the Queen City of Cincinnati. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the Baltimore Ravens and the Cincinnati Bengals. And we will not get a run back here to start. It's a touchback, and it will come out to the 25. Here come the Bengals, and CD, of course, it's Joe Burrow out of LSU at quarterback.
His game last week reminded me of the old song, Accentuate the Positive, because that's about all he did, right?
Yeah.
3 touchdown passes, over 300 yards in the air, receivers happy.
And they got the win.
Got the win. If you're running back that likes to catch passes, they're happy as well. Big-time game.
Come on, Rick. Here's Burrow to throw right away.
This pass complete to Higgins. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Meanwhile, Burrow's throw caught by Higgins.
And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe.
2nd and 6.
From midfield now, Burrow. Hooking up here with Trent Taylor. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens 37. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now Burrow. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him.
Justin Madubuike working his way to the quarterback that time.
Getting into the act on the opening drive here with a sack. And remember, they had 5 last week.
And they saw that on film, and that meant that they had to get together. Offensive coordinator, quarterbacks coach, offensive line coach, receivers coach, and say, how do we beat this pressure? Because everyone has to win against the defense. Get the ball in the hands of the quarterback very quickly.
The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on third. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. And a catch right side by Evans. And he'll be brought down at the 34, well short of the first down marker. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up fourth down. McPherson's kick is good. And the Bengals are on the board first here. It's 3-0. No touchdown there, but if that first drive is any indication, looks like they're going to have a pretty good day passing the football.
I would say confidence would have to be pretty high after that first drive, able to throw it almost at will. You're exactly right. They didn't get the touchdown, but 3 points serves as a nice notice about how this offense is going to move.
And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line.
So now the Ravens getting ready for their first go on offense.
And bringing them out is a Pro Bowler back in the 2015 campaign. He's now approaching a decade in the league. Is Teddy Bridgewater.
After seeing what he did last week, throwing 4 touchdown passes, I had to go to my thesaurus to try and come up with some great words for what he did. I'm still coming up blank. He was scintillating.
I'm going simple. I don't. If you're thesaurus, I'm going dynamite. He was dynamite.
I'll take it.
A collegiate star here in the Buckeye State, it's J.K. Dobbins.
And able to elude one tackler, but only gets this back to the line of scrimmage.
Well, this defense for the Bengals, they were terrific last week in the victory over Buffalo.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
Play action now. Bridgewater. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That's good for a Raven first down, 15 yards there.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
A first down throw for Bridgewater. Eluding the pressure right. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 right at the 40. From the gun, Bridgewater. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
The Ravens at 11-5 on the year. They've been playing their best football of the year. Winners of 4 in a row.
And let's remember that last week that this offense, they played about as well as they possibly could play. Touchdown after touchdown. They were absolutely unstoppable in that game. They'll be hard-pressed to do it again, repeat that type of performance. But, boy, were they sensational.
And in for the Ravens touchdown.
Rashad Bateman.
His 6th touchdown of the season.
And the Ravens have answered that early field goal to take a first-quarter lead. Well, they said that they wanted to get him involved early, and what a way to cap their opening drive, Charles. We know he's one of the fastest receivers in the NFL, and he showcased it on that play.
And when you have a guy like that, you want to make sure the defense sees him early, right? You want to see how they're going to adjust, how they're going to try and guard him, because they can't replicate his speed in practice unless they've got one of the few guys who are as fast as he is. And all it took was one drive. He burned them, and I don't think it's the last time they call his number in this one.
Taylor decides not to try to return it, and this will come out to the 25-yard line.
Cincinnati coming back onto the field here for their second drive.
Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kick?
He's got a man, complete.
And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
Throwing now, Burrow on first down. To the right side and to Hurst.
This, the second meeting of these two teams. You might recall they met back in Week 5, and it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home.
Ready for the second quarter from Cincinnati. It's the Bengals with the football here as they've got it 2nd and 7. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Leighton Vander Esch.
And the Ravens are going to take over at their own 30-yard line.
That's now a second interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Following the interception, here's Bridgewater. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
Well, sometimes the defense just beats you. Great coverage from the secondary, all of them in the proper position. So instead of trying to throw into tight coverage, he found a way to throw it away and come back and try again the next down.
Play fake. Bridgewater. And going deep for Hill. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep. Try and throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they run successful.
On 3rd down, Bridgewater.
That ball caught. It's Mark Andrews, the tight end. On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Here's Bridgewater.
The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. And he is going to be close to a 1st down as the tackle made at the Bengals 34. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. Out of the gun, Bridgewater. Being chased out left. Goodwin able to haul it in. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. 23 yards, the final tally.
That's a big gainer on that play, and from experience, I can tell you, that's where defensive backs will come into the huddle and say, guys, how about some pass rush? But you're going to say it nicely because those big guys up front, they don't like being criticized very much. Quarterbacks in this league, you know.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it.
And he goes down. Trey Hendrickson just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. First and second down were a disaster. Both went backwards. Now it's 3rd and 18. They need something big. To throw is Bridgewater. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Marquise Goodwin from 19 yards away. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Well, he wasn't the guy they were initially going for, but after going through the progressions, it worked.
When you have plenty of people who can catch the football, you don't always have to go to your primary target, and sometimes that target is actually covered. Nice job coming off of that and getting it to someone who was open.
Yeah, the man out of the backfield gets in for the score. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 11. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will be brought out to the 25 as Taylor elects to not return it. Cincinnati's offense coming back here onto the field. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in 2nd and long yardage.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Here's Burrow. That's caught over the middle by Hurst. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
Just a simple run play there on 3rd and 1, but this D was up to the challenge and stopped him, bringing up 4th down.
On 4th down, Michael Pilardi on to punt. Back deep is Tyreek Hill. This is taken at about the 14. A minute 52 to play until halftime. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Well, this offense looks like they have a little extra pep in their step as they take the field here for drive number 3, because remember, Charles, drives 1 and 2 both ended in the end zone.
Yeah, and right now they've just got to be careful not to lean into overconfidence because every drive has a life of its own. But I like the...
Oh, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. Picked up by Von Bell. And the Bengals are going to take possession of the football.
Man, we see a lot of quarterbacks try and do this. They get out of the pocket, they get in trouble, and they try and force the ball into their star receiver to make a play, sometimes whether he's open or not. And I think this time, it was definitely an or not.
And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Burrow will throw. This will be caught at about the 6. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. 2nd and 1 from the 2. Burrow looking to pass. And it's caught. Touchdown, Bengals. Hayden Hurst, a 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Bengals get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that makes it a 14-10 ball game. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Fields it right around the goal line. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Raven offense going to take over late in this first half. And with a little under a minute to go, still time to try to put a drive together to add to their lead should they so choose.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. They'll roll him out right.
That one tipped, and it's incomplete. Good hands there defensively. It's second down.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
Ball on the 30 as they come up, 2nd and 10. Throwing, Bridgewater. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Rashad Bateman, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Ravens will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. That's a pretty quick response to that last touchdown drive, and it seemed like they had maybe given up momentum. Not so fast.
No, not at all, because they end up pushing the lead up once again, and you're exactly right. Thought momentum might have been shifting. Instead, they grabbed old Mo, didn't let him get to the opposite sideline.
Tucker with the extra point, and that makes it a 21-10 game. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
Taylor decides not to try to return it, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. The Bengals going to take over late in this first half. And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. The Bengals going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. From the 31, Burrow. Over the middle, he finds Higgins. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
So we get it. No time to waste. Playoffs starting next week. We skip right over halftime and get back to the action.
The Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half.
And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. The Raven offense set to start this third quarter. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner,
and they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
And going deep for Hill, and unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. We'll call that a 49-yard punt with a return of just 2.
And the Bengals take over 1st and 10.
Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half.
And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for this second half.
Now it's Burrow. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Taylor. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that'll bring us to a 3rd and 4.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
Let's make these babies cry.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. That's caught by the tight end, Drew Sample. And he's going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Now it's Burrow. That's the tight end, Hurst, with it. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice, easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage.
Burrow going to give this to Mixon.
And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by A.J. Terrell. And the Ravens are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line. Well, that one was in the air for an agonizingly long time.
Just begging to be picked off, wasn't it? It's one thing if you're throwing a ball like that, trying to throw someone open or lead them into an area. But that ball needed to be thrown with a lot more conviction. As a result, it's an easy interception.
Now a deep ball going to be caught here near midfield. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That goes for a gain of 31. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10.
Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. 2nd down.
In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Bridgewater's throw into the hands of Andrews.
And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Let's just make this one simple. Could he be any more open than he was on that play?
Yeah, they lost him going to the outside.
Hard to believe because you go through your accounting on each and every defensive snap. Who's got who, what defense you're in. That was totally a blown coverage.
On 1st and 10, Bridgewater. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, it looked like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
Bridgewater's throw caught by his receiver, Hill.
And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. The Raven passing game getting in sync. Another first down. From the red zone now, Bridgewater. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Jalen Waddle, a 20-yard touchdown, as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the 3rd quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And the lead is up to 18 now. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
And this will be brought out to the 25 as Taylor elects to not return it.
Cincinnati now ready to take the field.
As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in this second half.
From the 27, Burrow. Open man is Higgins. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. One quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The offense on 3rd down tonight, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. They're passing here, Joe Burrow. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. Here we go. It's Burrow on 4th down. Going deep here for Taylor. And now Burrow going to be intercepted yet again. Picked up by Marcus Williams. And the Ravens are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line. Well, you think about it, though, that interception, great for his stats, but bad for field position. It was 4th down.
Yeah, terrific observation. If there is going to be a silver lining, and this is what he'll plead when it comes time to watch it again, hey, it was just like a punt, right? So we end up taking possession of the ball. But you're exactly right about it. Should have slapped it down. Field position would be better for his offense. But how many times do you get a chance to make an interception that you turn it down? That's when your instinct kicks in and you take the football. In this case, a better decision would have been to knock the ball down.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here. Bridgewater on 1st down. And he'll get this into the hands of Hill, complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. Now a handoff up the middle. It's Goodwin. And he goes down at the 26. A pickup of 13, and that last play began at the 13. 1st down. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down 4th quarter, looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to says body language is important. And now you're seeing guys with their hands on their hips, they're bent over, hands on their knees. And the offensive guys are just saying, let's just keep running it out, and we've got them now.
Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
On play action, it's Bridgewater. And that'll be
taken in by Andrews for a Ravens touchdown.
An 18-yard touchdown grab.
And the Ravens add on to their lead, and they are also closing in on a 5th straight victory.
Tucker with the extra point. And they open the lead up now to 25. So that drives 7 plays in length.
And it's Mark Andrews who finishes things off with a touchdown reception.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
Taylor decides not to try to return it, and this will come out to the 25-yard line.
Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. Now they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days. But you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Back to throw here. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception.
Isaiah Simmons picking it off. And the Ravens are going to take possession of the football.
He's on quite the interception run. He had 2 last week. Another one here, remember, he's not a DB, he's a linebacker.
But how many of those linebackers started as DBs and pumped themselves up into being linebackers? So the ball skills are the same, right? The coverage skills and responsibilities are the same, and he is paying it off in a big, big way.
Now Tua just going to bat this forward on the end around. On a nice burst there as he'll take this inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit, too.
To throw again on 2nd down.
Tua. And that'll be checked down to Drake.
And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Here's Tua.
Got a man, it's Waddle, complete.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Tucker now to add the point after. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So that drive, 4 plays.
And it was finished off by a Jalen Waddle touchdown.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
From his end zone, here's Trent Taylor. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
Cincinnati now ready to take the field.
Well, CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is in the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, and with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps to focus on when you get back to practice in the next couple of days.
And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game.
Here we go. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
Out of the gun, it's Burrow. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Here's Michael Pilardi now as he'll punt it away for the second time. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. Here's Hill on the return.
Nice punt, but good work on the return to get back 11 yards.
And control of the football, switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. Flush to his right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Mike Hilton.
They exited the pocket trying to improvise. That was a tough throw, and unfortunately, it wound up in the wrong pair of hands.
And Brandon, when you're on the run, sometimes your downfield vision can get skewed just a bit. Now, the beauty of extending a play is sometimes your receivers find their way open, but oftentimes you end up closing down part of the field and bringing those defenders to the ball, and that one was picked off.
They will throw on first down with Burrow. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. A final shot now for Burrow. And my goodness, another interception.
Kyle Hamilton picks it. And the Ravens come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. Partner, under the lights in primetime, this offense, they gave the nation quite a show, putting up that many points to come away with what will certainly be a memorable win for them.
And, Brandon, I think it's as simple as this. Some players, some teams, they're just meant for the big stage. And when they get a chance to play in this type of atmosphere where all eyes are on them and all the lights are shining brightly, they show up and they show out.
So for the Ravens,
a win here in Week 18 means they'll finish off the regular season at a very strong 12-5.
And now they'll await the final seeding for the playoffs ahead. Meanwhile, for the Bengals,
they wanted desperately to finish above 500, but that will not happen as it is an 8-9 season in the end.
And they can take solace in the fact that this team never quit all the way to the end. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.